Even though the start of the 2025 WNBA season is still 5 months away, there's a lot of expectations for the Indiana Fever. After reaching the playoffs for the first time since 2016, Caitlin Clark and company have their eyes on a bigger prize. New head coach Stephanie White is also up with the challenge. During the Coaching You podcast, White was asked about steps she will take when it comes to helping Clark navigate her sophomore season with the Fever. First and foremost, just talking basketball. Just having general basketball conversations about what she's watching, what she likes, what are some of her thoughts from not just what the Indiana Fever have done, but from the game of basketball in general, she said. My first conversation with her about X's and O's the other day, I was just like, how do you want to improve? What are some of the things you want to improve on? And then we'll talk about how we want to do that. I talked to her about how we can use her to help her be more efficient, help her be more effective, to help our team be better in general, the 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year explained. However, White doesn't have any doubts that Clark will improve her already impressive performance in the league. She's a great player, she's a high IQ player, she's adjusted really quickly to this league, and now it's about becoming not just a great player, but becoming a great leader for this team. So that we can win not just a championship, but championships, she said. Fever fans are excited to watch the collaboration between Clark and White unfold. However, so far, the head coach and the guard seem to be on the same page when it comes to goals for the season, as they both have expressed a desire to fight for the championship. During her appearance in the Annika Pro-Am last month, Clark said that there's excitement in the franchise about the possibility of winning another title after their 2012 crown. Our goal last year was to reach the playoffs, and we accomplished that, but now we want to be championship contenders, Clark told reporters. I think we're putting the pieces together to make that happen, hopefully adding some free agents. You can feel the excitement throughout the organization, the city, and our fans. I can't wait to get back out there, she said. The 2025 WNBA season has announced its schedule, and the opening weekend brings a clash between Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky's Angel Reese. According to reports, the tickets prices for the matchup are more expensive than the majority of the NBA openers this year. On X, the account NBA Central reported that, on TickPick's ticketing platform, that the getting price was $271, which was more expensive than all but one of the NBA season openers. Only the Boston Celtics had a pricier ticket against the New York Knicks. However, since the post was made, the price shifted to $216. The Sky visit Indiana on Saturday, May 17. Clark and Reese, who have been facing each other since their college days, will clash 5 times this season. The Fever will host 3 of those games, May 17, August 9, and September 5. The Sky will host the Commissioner's Cup game on June 7 and a regular season game on July 26. Recently, Reese reflected on her rivalry with Clark, saying that there are no hard feelings between the two stars. People don't realize at the end of the day, we're human. You guys watch us. Knowing that, it's just basketball. I promise you, it's just basketball. I don't have any hard feelings towards her. She doesn't have any hard feelings towards me, but yeah, it gets crazy sometimes, she told Complex. Both of the stars were in contention for the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year award, which ultimately went to Clark, who also won the AP's Rookie of the Year and was also named in the WNBA First Team. Meanwhile, Reese had to end her season early due to a wrist injury. After a record-breaking season, especially in attendance, for the first time ever all the WNBA teams will play 44 games, an increase from the 40 matches of 2024. Meanwhile, some matches will move to bigger arenas, as the Connecticut Sun will play once again at the TD Garden in Boston. The 2025 season will introduce the Golden State Valkyries, which are set to start building their initial roster this Friday, December 6, with the expansion draft. While the teams have the right to protect 6 players from their roster, it will be interesting to see which changes will take place in the squads. Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA has been nothing short of remarkable, both on and off the court. As the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 draft, Clark's presence in the league has not only increased its visibility but also generated significant financial gains, according to finance expert Dr. Ryan Brewer. Brewer, an associate professor of finance at Indiana University Columbus, has done extensive research on the economic effects of athletes in professional sports. When examining Clark's influence on the WNBA, he was stunned by the results. After recalculating his figures multiple times, Brewer concluded that Clark is responsible for an astounding 26.5% of the league's activity, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television viewership. "The numbers are so staggering," Brewer commented. "They don't even seem real." His findings revealed that 1 out of every 6 tickets sold at a WNBA game in 2024 was linked to Clark. Additionally, total TV viewership for the league increased by 300%, with 45% of the broadcast value coming from games featuring the Indiana Fever, Clark's team. The league's merchandise sales skyrocketed by 500%, with Clark leading the charge, followed by Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese. Clark's influence has been felt even more strongly in Indianapolis. Brewer estimates that her arrival has contributed more than $36 million to the city's economy. While not as large as the $400 million generated by the NBA All-Star Game, this is a notable boost for a single player in just 1 year. However, despite her incredible impact, Clark is unlikely to be compensated in a way that fully reflects her worth as a WNBA player. Still, she has secured several high-profile endorsement deals, including a $28 million partnership with Nike, which will help offset this discrepancy. Caitlin Clark has reached unprecedented heights in her basketball career after just 1 season in the WNBA. This also means that her earning potential has skyrocketed now that she's become one of the most prominent athletes in professional sports. At this point, the 22-year-old is putting her money to good use. It was recently reported that the Indiana Fever superstar has decided to join an ownership group that has made a bid to bring a National Women's Soccer League (NWSL) team to the city of Cincinnati. According to the report, the investment could reach up to $100 million for the expansion fee alone. The co-lead of this ambitious bid is Jeff Birding, who is the co-CEO of Major League Soccer (MLS) team FC Cincinnati. The 57-year-old recently spoke to The Athletic, and he revealed the big decision Clark made when she joined the bid, one that the WNBA All-Star came to on her own. "It was Caitlin's desire to go public," Birding told The Athletic. "We didn't make that decision for her, or on her behalf. She's very proud to be a part of this effort and she's very competitive." Birding, who served on the Cincinnati City Council from 2005 to 2011, also went on to say that Clark is all in on this initiative and that she plans to play a significant role in the same. "She wants to win and see this happen," Birding continued. "She's 100 miles away with her Indianapolis-based WNBA team, and she's going to have a great opportunity to be involved in a meaningful way." It is worth noting, however, that the Cincinnati bid is far from guaranteed. Clark's group is still facing serious competition from groups from Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Denver, who all also want to bring an NWSL team to their respective cities. It goes without saying, though, that Cincinnati holds a considerable advantage by having one of the biggest names in sports on its side. The Indiana Fever are making waves in the WNBA, and not just for their rising star Caitlin Clark. After a season that saw the franchise make its first playoff appearance in 8 years, the team is doubling down on its championship aspirations by bringing in a familiar face, Stephanie White. The 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year returns to the Fever with a history of success as both a player and coach. Her challenge? Turning a playoff contender into a perennial powerhouse. White's arrival marks a bold new chapter for the Fever, following their decision to part ways with Christy Sides. Despite navigating a tricky rebuilding phase and steering the team to the postseason, Sides faced criticism for her handling of Clark, the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year. Now, with White at the helm, Indiana is setting its sights on maximizing Clark's potential and, more importantly, turning her into a leader capable of steering the Fever to multiple championships. For White, the vision starts with building a strong rapport with Clark, whose basketball IQ and scoring prowess have already drawn comparisons to some of the game's greats. Speaking on the Coaching You podcast, White outlined her plan to elevate Clark's game. "She's adjusted really quickly to this league, and now it's about becoming not just a great player, but becoming a great leader for this team," White said. so that we can win not just a championship, but championships. This emphasis on leadership comes as the Fever continue to lean on Clark as the centerpiece of their roster. While Clark's on-court exploits last season were nothing short of spectacular, White is focused on sharpening her efficiency and decision-making. In her first conversation with Clark, White zeroed in on what matters most: development. I asked her, "How do you want to improve? What are some of the things you want to work on?" White shared, "From there, we'll figure out how to make those improvements happen and, in turn, make our team better." This collaborative approach is a hallmark of White's coaching style, one that helped her achieve remarkable success with the Connecticut Sun. Her ability to nurture talent and build cohesive units is a skill set the Fever hope will translate to a team brimming with potential. White's tenure as a player with the Fever and her deep ties to Indiana basketball only add to her credibility. Clark, for her part, has embraced the challenge. Known for her relentless drive and ability to step up in big moments, she is eager to take the next step in her career under White's guidance. "It's exciting to have a coach who understands what it takes to win at the highest level," Clark said in a recent interview with the Indianapolis Star. "I'm ready to work and grow into the leader this team needs me to be." The Fever are banking on the combination of White's coaching acumen and Clark's star power to propel them into the WNBA's elite ranks. With off-season training already underway, the buzz surrounding the team is palpable. As White put it, "We're building something special here. And Caitlin is at the heart of it." If her plans pan out, the Fever might not just win their next championship, they could be setting the stage for a dynasty. Basketball fans are counting down the days to the WNBA's most anticipated matchup of 2025, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever taking on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky in the season opener. The hype is so real that tickets for this clash are going for an eye-popping $271, outpacing 29 of the NBA's 30 home openers. It's clear that the Fever-Sky rivalry is the league's biggest draw, with fans eager to see if Reese can redeem herself after last season's dominance by Clark. Social media is ablaze with fans taking sides. Caitlin Clark owning Angel Reese again, one fan teased, while another declared, "Clark v. Angel, I can't wait to watch the match." Others praised Clark's star power, with one noting, "The Clark effect is real, she's marketable like no one else in the league." The Fever owned the series last year, taking 3 out of 4 games, and Clark's performance was nothing short of historic. As the WNBA Rookie of the Year, she dished out 8.4 assists per game, setting a rookie record with 337 assists. Meanwhile, Reese made her mark by shattering rebounding records, averaging 13.1 boards per game with a jaw-dropping total of 172 offensive rebounds in her rookie season. Their contrasting styles, Clark's dazzling playmaking versus Reese's unstoppable presence in the paint, add fuel to this fiery rivalry. The league knows a good thing when it sees one, scheduling 5 Fever-Sky matchups for 2025 to capitalize on the momentum. Their June 2024 game drew a massive 2.25 million viewers, the WNBA's highest in over 2 decades, and ticket prices for their final clash last season soared to a WNBA record, with the cheapest seats selling for $200. For the Fever and Sky, this opening night is about more than just bragging rights. It's a chance to cement their place at the top of the WNBA and inspire the next generation of fans. With the stage set and the stakes higher than ever, all eyes are on Clark and Reese to deliver another unforgettable chapter in this epic rivalry.